You know who I'm talking about, man. The man, the myth, the living legend, the B-I-G-D-A-double-D-Y-K, and he makes some noise for Big Daddy Kane, y'all. And thank you for being here and being part of this Heineken Green Room. 1988, you dropped your first project.
Yeah. I had a single out in 87, but the album came out in 88.
From 87, 88 to 2016, the longevity, the showmanship, the performanship, the lyricism, everything about Kane is still so intact, man. How do you stay razor sharp?
Well, I just try to, study what's going on and, adapt to that and make it the Kane way,
It seems like your start was destined, from you wanting to rhyme and wanting to be down with your cousin to Biz not making it to a session or being late or what have you. I think that it was all in the stars and in the clouds for you to be Big Daddy Kane. Now, how'd you get your name?
It actually came from two different parts. Like the Kane part, that's like that comes from actually David Carradine Kung Fu TV show. Nah, because I mean,
geez, like, laughing, they know that one.
Nah, because I don't know if y'all remember, how like on Saturdays, Kung Fu theater, and then they come back at 3 o'clock on Saturdays, and then come back on again 1 o'clock on Sundays. And then Thursday nights, I believe you had Kung Fu. So, it was like, we could be outside playing a game of stickball, Coco Livio, whatever.
Coco Livio.
Yeah. I do this for real. Coco Livio.
Coco Livio.
You could be outside playing whatever, and come 3 o'clock, you got to find somebody else for your team, because I'm going to watch the live. So, be that type of thing, we done lost Young Grasshopper, we done lost Kane, we done lost Bruce Lee, I thought that the Kane was the one that sounded the best.
Yeah, Big Daddy Bruce Lee wouldn't have made it, it wouldn't work. That's a roll on the tongue quite as smoothly. And the Big Daddy?
Well, that's another whole different story. That's
Right, maybe not for me. Let's move right along. Now, people in the know and people that are familiar with the way you got your start and the way, like you stated that you used to write rhymes for Biz Markie. Just to kind of jump off subject for a second, right now in hip hop, there's a lot of talk about ghostwriting or writing not being hip hop. I would love to know your take on that.
Ghostwriting not being hip-hop?
Right, so just in case, because you live a cool, super life, you might not even know what's happening out here.
No.
Okay.
Well, you got to understand that hip-hop has changed a lot.
Right.
Other than being a culture, it's also accepted as an art form as well as a form of music. And, if you're a real MC, then yeah, you're not letting nobody write for you.
Y'all can make some noise for that. Y'all can clap it up for that.
But if you're a hip-hop artist, then, it's cool for you to do the same thing that, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, and many others have done. They've had writers that have, written their lyrics, written them, whatever, because you're in it, as an artist, you're not someone that, live and breathe hip-hop. You never been on a street corner battling a cat, You never, got on a mic at a park jam where, the mic is going in and out or nothing like that. You never stood on a mic line at a block party and been like number 30.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
Just waiting to get you the shot.
So it's a little different, There's people that are artists and there are people that are true MCs.
There you go. There you have it from Big Daddy Kane. Can you talk to me about, I like to say sometimes that you were, for lack of a better term, the blueprint. I know you're the Dark Knight, Dark Gable and all that, but you were also the blueprint to a lot of what artists are doing now. And I feel like it might have been a little too early for everybody to understand the dynamic where hip hop was able to go, the levels of business it was able to do, and the product it was able to sell. I mean, we here at the Heineken Green Room talking hip hop with Big Daddy Kane. Do you feel like that? You know, for somebody who had early on endorsements, for somebody who was able to just not just do street hip hop, but make records for the club, make records for the radio. I mean, you had, you know, you delved into not only the R&B world with some of your music, but even some New Jack Swing. Matter of fact, can we get, you got something over there for me? When Kane got with Teddy and took it to a whole nother level, hit the charts?
Yeah.
Let me see what we got, Sonny, for the people.
They gotta turn me up though.
Turn them up, we want to vibe out. Sound man, don't be back there just chilling, enjoying the interview. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just want to hit a 2-step in real quick, y'all know how it down.
You know why? Like a job.
Yo, Kane, I swear I could dance when you drop that, man. I was just watching shout to Ralph McDaniels, I was just watching the video. I taped over one of my mom's old tapes, somebody been called Eat something. And I just kept watching the moves. But you know, that was early on for a guy, a street guy, a Brooklyn, New York, to do a lot of different things and delve into different sounds into hip hop, man. Do you feel like did you know that you were taking it to a new place? Did you know that you were opening the doors and starting to take hip hop to a different arena?
Well, you know, a lot of times you can really only speak on what you know. And when I made Long Live the Kane, what I knew was broke. Mm-hmm. You know, and as you listen to that album, that's what you hear.
Right.
You know, but after touring on that album, I had the opportunity to realize, you know, that, you know, there's just as many female fans as there are male fans. There's older hip hop fans that grew up on DJ Hollywood, Grandmaster Flowers, and they stayed hip hop heads, you know, old enough to be my parent but love hip hop music. You know, there's little kids that love hip hop. You know, I got to see that there are white hip hop fans, Latin, Asian, you know, so many different, you know, people that love hip hop. So by the time I did this a Big Daddy thing, now I was able to look at it with a more worldwide, you know, view. Mm-hmm. And I tried to do a whole lot of different things for the masses, you know.
Do you feel like that was too soon for the general public to understand and accept? Yeah. Kane carried the cross for a lot of artists today who are able to do so many things that he did first. You know, a trendsetter, a pioneer, a visionary that you know, he got a lot of backlash for, man. Did it bother you? Did it hurt you when you started to get some backlash for some of your decisions?
Nah, I mean, because it's like, you know, you're saying that like if someone say that it's too R&B, you know, it's confusing to me for the simple fact that before records, we rhymed off of Good Times, right. Got to Be Real. Right. I mean, what the hell is that?
Right, absolutely.
You know, that's R&B, you know? And then at the same time, it's making it where now I'm having the opportunity to record with Patti LaBelle, right. Quincy Jones, right. Barry White, right. You know? So I thought it was, you know, so I thought it was a blessing. Then you start saying, you know, he's doing, he's doing too much stuff for the girls, right. You know? But, you know, I mean, I have to be honest. You know, back then, you know, 19, 20 years old, as a single man, I don't want to look out in the crowd and see a bunch of men.
No, we don't want to see that now. Where the ladies at? Ladies, make some noise. It's smelling all good in here. It don't just smell like beer and deodorant and gay brew. But Kane, you know, another thing, like you stated, why did you take on that role as the ladies' man? Before there was branding, before there was marketing, Big Daddy Kane definitely fully accepted his role as hip hop's first sex symbol, if you will.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it's something that came into play But I think what was really, really important about it is that how it was making dark skin sexy, you know, because prior to that, just simply being dark skinned made you ugly.
Right.
And I think that there are a lot of people that were not proud of their looks if their skin wasn't light enough. And I mean, this is stuff to go back to slavery.
Absolutely.
How our minds are trained to think. So I mean, in a situation where now you have strong black brothers like myself, Bobby Brown, Aaron Hall, Michael Jordan, Wesley Snipes standing up, being lead actors, NBA legends, great R&B singers, and all that good stuff. I thought that it was something that was real important that I was willing to embrace.
Absolutely. You know what? Just to shift gears once again, let's talk about what's happening. And obviously, it's been happening since the beginning of time, but more prevalent, or maybe it's just more obvious to us with the advent of camera phones and people being able to record what's happening in society, and especially the relationship between our communities and law enforcement.
What would you want to talk about?
I mean, obviously, I don't think I need to ask your opinion on it, but what do you feel like we can do? Like you stated, standing up and being proud of being a melanated man or woman and embracing your black skin and your blackness. What can we start to do as a people to, first and foremost, repair the community, the damage that's happening in the community, but also to kind of fix what's happening in the world, because we can't just keep going outside and getting shot and killed, for broken tail lights and things of that nature.
Well, I mean, to me, I think that the real true solution is really in policing police. I mean, at some point in time, someone has to be held accountable, someone has to be punished, so people don't feel like that's the right thing to do, and it's not the first instinct to come into your mind. I mean, there has been times where I have seen, black youth that's a little over-aggressive or doing things that they shouldn't do when confronted by a police officer. I have seen that. But I have seen a lot of situations as well where, you have a black youth that's obeying the officer, doing what the officer's telling them to do, and still end up with a bullet in them. Now, I bring up both sides to say this. I have yet to see that situation. I see millions of situations, with white youth that get aggressive with cops, fight cops. I just saw one where the dude put his hand on his ratchet. Wow. Talking to the cop like that, some National Gun Day or something like that, and never end up with a bullet in them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's the type of thing where someone has to say, okay, he overstepped his bounds. We're not going to just suspend him for a week or for a month. You know what I'm saying? You might need to go sit in that cell for a hot minute.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's like, if they know that the worst thing can happen is they get suspended for a week, they're gonna keep doing it.
Absolutely. That's not
a situation where, they know that they're gonna end up going to jail. There's a strong possibility that they can be found wrong and end up doing some jail time. They will think twice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Give it up, man. Make some noise for Big Daddy Kane one time. What about hip-hop's responsibility in the images and messages that we put out? Because, in the era where you came up and you were making music, there was a lot of variety. I feel like in the mainstream and the masses, yeah, you still had your pop records, yeah, you still had some of your nonsense, but it was definitely more of a balance at that point. What do you feel hip-hop's responsibility is to the community in 2016?
Hip-hop's responsibility to the community. I see, a lot of cats out here that's making great music. Incredible music. I see a lot of cats that's making conscious music. However, you rarely hear it play on radio.
Right.
It's something that you have to find online. You rarely hear it played on radio. you know. And, you know, it's very confusing to me because, I mean, as an artist, when, you know, hip-hop was early stages of getting airplay, it was the type of thing where, you know, people like your Queen Latifah, Dougie Fresh, Run DMC, you know, Beastie Boys, you know, these cats, they had music that was constantly on the air.
Right.
But it was hard to get a Cool G Rap song on the air.
Right.
It was hard to get an Ice-T song. And I don't even think NWA even thought about trying to do this.
Nah, we cool on that radio thing.
I mean, even with Luke Skywalker, because of how, you know, explicit, you know, the sexual content. You know. But it seems like it's now reversed, right, where, you know, the more violent, graphic, and ignorant, you know, you are, you know, the quicker radio is to play it.
Yeah.
And if you have something that's conscious or spreading a positive message, radio rejects it.
Right.
You know. And a lot of the blame, it ends up shifted on the artists. You know, which I think in a lot of cases is unfair. Because, I mean, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. In the 80s, we had some trash-ass rappers too, you know. I mean, real talk. It's just that, you know, you had a lot of good songs that radio wanted to play. Good songs the radio wanted to focus on, you know. And it was something important. It was where labels, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, when did you first try to get a record deal?
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s?
Mid-90s.
Okay, so mid-90s, when you went, did they tell you that they're looking for someone like a Nas or a Biggie?
No, I didn't hear that actually.
Okay, well, I mean, that's stuff they say at labels. Mm-hmm. You know, that dude that's carrying the torch, that's hot, you play their stuff and they not feeling, yeah, we looking for something more like a Nas or a Biggie in the 80s. We look for something more like a Kane or a Rakim, you know. This is how it was. So it's like there was something, there was expectations.
Right.
You know, where now it's a whole lot different. So it's like a lot of times I don't really like to put the blame on the artists. Right. I mean, but don't get it messed up, a lot of them are wrong too. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that I don't think it's their fault fully. I think a lot of the blame goes on radio and social media, you know, because of what form of music they promote.
Right. I think that's part of a bigger story from a higher up place that we can't get into at this particular time.
Well, yeah, it's corporation.
Yeah.
And anytime with corporation, what happens is quantity comes in, quality goes out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Numbers, always a numbers game. Let's clap it up for Big Daddy Kane one time, ladies and gentlemen. Let me run down this list I got here. Long live the Kane. Y'all can make some noise for that. Big Daddy Kane. Taste the Chocolate. Prince of Darkness. Y'all can keep making noise. Looks like a job for Daddy's Home and then Veterans Day. Is that all right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
1998 was the last album release on Veterans Day. Why did you feel like after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 LPs, it was time to stop recording or stop putting out albums?
I don't know. I mean, I guess, you know, the drive that was there, you know, that makes it fun wasn't really there anymore. You know, it's the type of thing where I love hip hop. I love seeing hip hop in its truest form. You know, but you know, there's a lot of young cats that I think are doing beautiful things, and I can sit and listen to them. You know. There's a lot of young cats that ask me for features. I just did a joint with Joel Ortiz.
Nice. Brooklyn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my dude. I mean, I did something for him before. I had a song with him before called Brooklyn.
I remember.
Yeah, but he sampled my voice for a song called Kill It Will, and I'm on the remix with Chris Rivers, Token. Yeah, and I just did a new joint with Tito Jackson called Get It Baby. Okay. And get ready to do something new with Logic.
Nice.
And I'll be featured on the new Boosie Collins project as well.
Very dope. We always ready for some new Kane. Y'all always ready for new Kane music, right? day of the week we can drop some new Kane and new Kane verse. And we with that. Of these LPs, which one is your favorite, Kane?
It's a Big Daddy thing.
Big Daddy thing. Why?
It's a Big Daddy thing because like what I was explaining earlier about like my understanding then, so I knew how to make a more universal hip hop album.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I think I did a good job.
I think he did a good job. Did a damn good job. Now, something that you delved into again early and again, you know, being an innovator, was the acting thing. And I felt like as soon as we saw you in some things, you know, so we had Posse, right? That was the first.
I think Media Man.
Media Man was before. Okay, so we had Media Man, we had Posse, and a few others. Why did you pull back from fully going into the acting?
Well, no, I didn't really pull back. It's just that, you know, I was I was getting into it with a hip hop mind state instead of a Hollywood mind state, you know. So I mean, you know, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. That ain't me.
Okay.
You know, that ain't me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, it was mistakes I made.
Gotcha. Now I did see that there's a new film coming, Exposed.
Well, no, it's out. That's
It's
out.
out?
Yeah, Exposed with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
That came out in February.
Okay.
There's a new film coming out called Movie Madness, I believe in October, with Lorenzo Lamas. It's a thriller.
Can you talk about your part in that?
You know, it's funny because it's like in Exposed, I play a drug dealer. In Movie Madness, I play a police lieutenant. So, yeah.
Flexing that acting muscle, that range.
Yeah, I'm Lorenzo Lamas' boss.
Dope. So are you moving back into that space, or is that something?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, with Movie Madness, I'm also co-director.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's something that I'm really, you know, getting into very seriously.
Very, very dope. I mean, we've seen a number of your peers, people who came into hip hop, obviously straight into the music, but have been able to take it to other places. Will Smith and Latifah and LL, and you know, we definitely want to see Kane, you know, take it all the way to the max and then some.
With the hip hop artists, do you have one that might be your favorite actor?
You see how Kane flipped the interview on me real quick? Like I'm not sitting in the smoke. My favorite hip hop artist, actor?
Yeah.
It's a good question. Most Def is definitely up there, definitely up in my top 3, I would say. I've seen Will Smith's range in a few things. I like him. Ice Cube, I like Ice Cube. I love the whole everything of Queen Latifah. You know, she's been able to tackle so many things on the camera and behind the scenes. So you know, definitely shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
You know, I
Who
think
said Most Def?
Yeah, my man right here. Most.
Yo,
You shoot that jab. That flip.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so they telling me that it's almost time. What's going on with the band Last Supper?
We good. We just did Greensboro with Mint Condition on Saturday, and you know, we rocked it. Everything is beautiful, and we cooked out at my house on the following day and had a meeting. You know, they ready, you know, to get back in the studio. So that looks like the next day, you know, they might have, you know.
Dope. Is it a big difference for you rocking with a live band as opposed to 2 turntables, a DJ and a mic, and some dances, scoop scrap?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, to be honest with you, it's a lot easier because my energy is more focused on the band and a lot of, you know, movement on stage. But it's a lot of fun because of the things that I've learned to incorporate into stage with a band. You know, stuff that I haven't seen a lot of rappers do on stage when they use live musicians. So it's a lot of fun, man.
I can't even imagine where the level higher you could take a Big Daddy Kane show after seeing you perform just with a DJ, and you know, you one of the most amazing showmen that I've ever seen on the hip hop side and the music as a whole. Can y'all agree with that? You ever seen Kane live? Kills it. one more thing before we go. Now this is a personal, just for me and my own hip hop nerd fandom. Can you cue up that Smooth B line one time? You got that for me? Yeah. Play that real quick.
There's a lot of MCs out there that show and don't prove. Running around town talking about their smooth operators, smooth imitators, but only one smooth beat, the smooth originator.
Me, Kane, I ain't trying to start no trouble. I love nice and smooth. I'm a hip hop fan. But when I heard that line, just me living in Coney Island in Brooklyn, I was like, hold up, the eyebrow went up. Did your eyebrow go up, Kane? How did you feel when you heard that Smooth B rhyme?
I asked him.
You asked him? you heard the tone though? I asked him. And what was the conversation?
I asked him.
You asked him? you heard the tone though? I asked him. And what was the conversation?
I believe he said something like, nah, he was like just trying to say that, you know, it was you and there's people that's faking, you know.
He was dancing a little bit, Kane?
No, I mean, he said it wasn't disrespect, you know. I've known him, you know, for a long time. He said it wasn't disrespect, so I took it as that, you know.